Welcome back again to some more Wargame Red Dragon action. It's going to be 1 versus 1 on the Bulldogs and Vampires map, and I'll just show you the map right now. Okay, so as you can see, it's a pretty big map. It's actually a 2 versus 2 player map, so definitely a bit bigger, but what the hell, it should hopefully provide a bit more room for actually manoeuvring around and such. And yeah, we'll see what happens in that regard. So it's going to be a PACT mirror this time around. Myself, Lightman, at the bottom here as PACT, and my opponent Kevin also as PACT. And yeah, this game's basically going to be showcasing two very different play styles, and it's also going to be a bit of a learning experience for myself as well. So opponents coming in with a Sovreme and the Udaloi 2, also Tranchal Muna. Lord as well. I'll also set the starting points to a bit higher as well for this particular game. And as for myself, going for an Udaloi 2, Najin, another Najin, and 2 helicopters to scout. So basically just wanting to see what my opponent has first before I commit any more forces to the fray. So as you can see, he's basically going to be building up what can be described as a bit of a super fleet with the Sovereign and Udaloi 2 side by side. Janku 3 coming in, presumably tagged as a capper. And that's myself sending in 2 MiG-29Ks to take out whatever the hell that was. So as you can see, the initial blows are dealt by me. Another Su-27Ks coming in as well to take out the Tranchal. So there we go, actually managing to snipe a couple of ships essentially for free, but at the same time keep in mind that those planes are not free either. And also keep in mind this is Conquest as well. So we do need to be capturing various areas to actually win, because as you can see, Kevin does have the initial score point advantage, but how long will it last for? We'll just have to find out. And as you can see, he's not actually deploying any scouts while I've got these Z9Cs as scouts. What can he actually see? He sees nothing, he doesn't even see the helicopters, and I literally see everything, so yay me. Let's see, Napi still doesn't spot that helicopter even though it's sort of flying towards him. New problemo. Well, he's just going to be sitting there, chilling out, it's all good. More Janku 3 is going to be coming in. And yeah, as you can see, Najin, once it captures the Gulf sector, we'll actually start getting some score points for myself, and also got a Janku 3 of mine coming in, probably to form my own little main fleet at Charlie, while keeping these other guys just, we're just sitting tight here. Momo is inviting me to play. I'm actually in the middle of a replay and also in the middle of a stream, so unfortunately we'll have to tell him no play. In fact, I'm pretty sure it should show me as being in replay or in game or something like that, but unfortunately not just yet, old sport. More MiG-29Ks coming in. And yeah, well, they're actually not too bad at picking off lone targets. The major issue with them, as I'll be discovering myself later on in this particular replay, is the fact that their missiles have got really god-awful range. Their turn radius is pretty good, but the missile range really is awful, and they do get 4 of them at the very least, and they do get good ECM and good speed, but yeah, the missile range really hurts their utility and their survival rate, basically. And yeah, apart from that, I get a couple of infrared missiles which don't really do too much. A pretty pricey at 190 apiece, that's for sure. So we'll see how effective they're going to be against the Jingho 3. Do have the Fabao coming in, and I should actually be spotting that. Really? I'm not spotting that? Wow, okay. Z9C not actually spotting that, bizarrely enough. Well, there you go. And yeah, trying to take out the Janku 3 doesn't quite work though, and yeah, in fact he actually takes out one of my MiG-29Ks. Wow. 190 point aircraft down the tube, and it was taken out by a 160 point Janku 3. It does have very good kills, I suppose, and its own missiles, they aren't particularly good against planes. I mean, come on, 2800 range for fuck's sake. But hold the phone, I do have Su-27Ks coming in. These are really just air sub-fighters with 1 anti-ship missile each, but I'm sending them in anyway, because really I only need 1 more missile to take out this thing, and then he basically won't be able to resupply from there. He did send out his Fabao, didn't really seem to do anything though, from what I can tell, so that's good. And again, I'm pretty sure that one of the missiles managed to make it through, but completely missed, and yeah, now the Janku 3 is just going to be retreating merrily away while it's on fire, because that's what it does. Just a fucking dandy. It looks like his own main fleet is actually on the move, and in fact have to watch out, because as you can see, well, 2 Najins obviously can't stand against the fleet. My main fleet is here. I could move to intercept, but pretty sure he's got some pretty heavy things some pretty heavy ships in his fleet. Well, Sovereign, Urdaloi 2, Janku Free, and a Tranchal Free as well, actually. So very formidable fleet indeed, consisting of the two fleet command ships, or whatever the hell they want to call them. Flagships, I guess. In either case, one thing I really do have going on in my favour is the Z9Cs. I've actually got 3 of them. They're basically keeping very careful tabs on what's happening, and he's got no idea about them at all. He can see the Urdaloi 2. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should move that stuff away, actually. Because he knows that there's an Urdaloi 2, he's probably going to think that the main fleet is here, and he's going to be right. Since that's where exactly it is. I've only got cheap cap ships for Golf and Alpha, but at the very least he doesn't have any reinforcements coming in, so that's something, I suppose. And as for myself, well, I can basically see everything, so there you go. Just go back to neutral. So, very formidable fleets though. I mean, Sovereign and the Urdaloi 2 right next to each other. Fucking liberty. At the very least, they've got 2 more of these Su-27Ks coming in, and God forbid they might actually be able to land a shot between them that takes out the Jungho Free. That would be pretty nice, especially since this thing is isolated. So 1 missile, and I actually managed to shoot down both of them. Well, that kind of sucks. Well, I do have 1 more MiG-29K to use, but still. Oh, speaking of which, he's on the move, so am I. What can he see? He can't see anything now. Oh, no, never mind. Now he can see the Urdaloi 2 and the Jungho Free, so he's definitely going to know, or at least suspect, that my main fleet is going to be here. And as for myself, well, obviously I can still see his ships. So he's probably going to make a move, probably going to make a move for a hotel, and then to Golf, and yeah, he's basically going to pick me apart piecemeal. Kind of sucks to me. MiG-29K is going to try to do a bit of damage, but yeah, it's going to get way too fucking close, to say the least, and he's going to die. So I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Even sending in 1 plane alone like that, I mean, Jesus Christ, against the Sovereign and the Urdaloi 2 and the Jungho Free, what the hell was I thinking? Oh well. And there we go, down goes my Type 29. That wasn't particularly surprising. I do still have +2 points coming in though. And he does have India though, and yeah, what I really should have done is I should have sent in the fucking MiG-29K to take out this Jungho Free, because now he's got reinforcements coming in, and reinforcement points, as well as actual reinforcements coming in. And yeah, he's generally going to be a pain in the ass while he's got that points. Let's just have a look actually. Can I even see a ship? I can. I don't know what the hell has possessed me to go up against this fucking fleets like that. I mean, even a plane with longer standoff missiles would have been a pretty ineffective, let alone one with short-ranged missiles, for fuck's sake. But, well, Najin taking a bit of damage, sucks to be him, and yes, Fabao basically manages to get away scot-free, and that's mostly because my own planes, my Su-27Ks, are taking the long route around. It probably was a bit too long, actually, but whatever, hopefully they'll actually hit the Jungho Free, God forbid. And he does have another Fabao coming in, actually. No, he can't. Shouldn't be able to one-shot this thing, I don't think, but hopefully we can take out his Jungho Free. And there we go, we finally do. So now he's got no way to reinforce himself, but really he can very easily take out Alpha, so that's exactly what he's going to do. Too bad I used up my planes on that actually. I could have used them against the Fabao, but oh well, what can you do? Fabao doing everything he can to detect me, and he doesn't actually see where I am though, so that's something, but he's just going to fly around like that, and yeah. Can I see him? No, I can't. I think I'm just moving this guy away actually. But the second he gets detected, I think the anti-ship missiles should be able to target me from there. Not entirely sure, to be honest. Yeah, so Bao's trying. Let's see. Still hasn't spotted it. He's actually going to run out of fuel pretty quickly. Yep, he literally knows nothing about me. He knows that I've got these 2 points. He knows that I've got a bit of a fleet around Echo, and that's about it. Now he knows where my Najin is. But he orders the evac on the Fabao, so the Najin basically manages to get away just barely. God, I wish this thing's a bit faster. 20 fucking knots, I mean, really. Bah. Actually, well, pretty good health though for the cost, so yeah, they can tank shots, I guess. Even though actually medium kills isn't too bad either for the price. But 20 knots, yeah. But still, that speed is pretty god awful, especially compared to these guys. Yeah, 24, 35, 27, 24. Yeah, this thing especially being pretty damn fast. indeed. Well, I still do have Charlie, and at the same time he doesn't have anything to reinforce with, so that's something, I suppose. And as for myself, yep, I can literally see everything, so that's something as well, I guess. So, huzzah. There we go. Oh man, yep, his trench was going to target me, and... Really? This thing's only got 4 missiles? Oh, okay. Now it's probably going to be enough against the Najin. No, it's not actually. I'll be damned. Another missile will take him out though, which kind of sucks. But at the very least, he can't reinforce it all, so... Huzzah, I guess. I'm going to be moving up my own fleet to hopefully intercept him. We've got Udaloy 2 and Janku Freeze have basically been spammed to back up the Udaloy 2, I suppose. I do try to, presumably to take out the Mono or something like that from the main fleet, but really what I should have done is I should have gone for the Tarantula Free. This thing, it still has good kills, but it's better than having, you know, all these guys with kills trying to take out the missiles. So yeah, I think going against the Tarantula Free would have been a much better idea. I would have only had to have 1 missile land on it to destroy it, but well. What can he do? This Najin is trying to get away, but no, he's probably going to die. Yep. Call that fucking kills. Unbelievable. And these guys, I'm not really sure why I actually spread them out like this. I should have kept them a little bit more clumped up actually, just so they could use their kills a little bit more effectively, but oh well. Here comes the missiles. Well, shooting them down at the very least, that's something. But yeah, these guys really need to group up just a little bit actually. I mean, they don't have to be hugging each other, still have to watch out for stuff like collateral damage and all that, but yeah, they don't really have to be so fucking spread out either. But what the hell, it's managing to shoot down all the missiles, and he does have the Sovereign and the Udaloy 2 in his fleet, so even though I've got way more Janku Freeze than he does, he's got 2 flagships on his side, and he's going to be able to reinforce in just a second as well. At the very least though, I'm pretty sure I do have a bit of a ship advantage, but once he gets Alpha, he'll be able to reinforce himself as well actually. And actually, it's funny actually going to bring up some coma. I was actually trying to launch a couple of missiles, but not particularly good coordination actually. In fact, I should be disabling their missile launchers now that I think of it. Hopefully we'll be doing that, no? There we go, disabling them one by one. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely do have a bit of a ship advantage at the moment. It could change on a dime though, as you know. And we'll see what happens. I mean, the Komas, well, they do have their own missiles, I suppose. And yeah, if I can get all these guys to fire the missiles in a salvo, then they should be able to do quite a bit of damage. Instead we've got salvo fires by the Fabels, and yep, the Janku Free getting pretty heavily damaged. Didn't actually have anything to reply to those. Where the fuck were my planes, in fact? Nowhere to be seen. Oh well, so much for that. And this guy's just going to be taking loads of damage. I suppose he's just going to be the damage taker for the entire fleet, because why not? And yep, here come his own Janku Freeze to reinforce, so probably not going to be good for my fleet, to say the least. I do have my own Su-27Ks coming in, but yeah, that's just not going to be anywhere near enough, to say the least. Yeah, well, at least I damaged this guy, but actually... Oh, yep, actually going to be targeting Janku Free. Good. That is good. This guy, on the other hand, is going to die horribly, to say the least. Sucks to be him. I probably should be retreating him, actually, especially since he's got nothing to back him up, actually. I'm not really sure why I even brought him up like that. Maybe I was thinking of using him as a meat shield, but I think I would have been better off just grouping all my things together, to say the least. But, well, at least all these guys are relatively grouped together to be using the kills. This Udaloy 2 could be a bit closer, actually, and we did actually manage to take out, I think there was a Janku Free. Did a bit of damage. I probably should be going after the Tarantula, since it's the closest thing to me. And here we go, we might actually be doing a possibly a massive missile salvo, so stay tuned for that actually. So let's just have a look. Yep, they're all going to be launching missiles all at the same time. In fact, let's just do this. So yep, all launching missiles, and yeah, I think I was actually at the wrong target. I tried launching them at the Sovereign, I think, but it did a bit of damage, but yeah, at the same time I could have easily have used that to the missile salvo to take out, say, the Tarantula Free or even a Janku Free if I really wanted to. But yeah, going against the Sovereign, especially since he was behind kills and all that, that was a bit of a mistake on my behalf, and yeah, it's basically probably going to cost me the fleet battle really, especially since he's got crap loads more things coming in. The Komas are getting shot to pieces thanks to the cannons, and yeah, the Fabel's just coming in as well, doing loads of damage, managing to one-shot a Janku Free, and yeah, all my guys getting shaken, panicked but not stirred, I guess. And again, what am I doing sending him forward like this? Jesus Christ. Even though Udaloy 2 is almost taking a bit of damage, but thankfully not. Yeah, basically both these guys need to retreat out as quickly as possible. The Sovereign, he's back to calm, and it's been like less than a minute since he's actually been attacked, for fuck's sake. And again, trying to launch the missiles just a couple at a time directly into the fleet, not doing anything at all. Should have actually tried to aim at the Huijan since he was on his own. Can I actually see that he's on his own? Yep, I can actually. So again, yeah, just really lousy targeting and positioning by myself there. And well, as you can see, I'm basically taking flight as quickly as possible. I suppose one good thing that you can say is I do have a score point advantage over my opponents, but he definitely does have the fleet advantage over me. And his Fabals basically have been operating freely, really, and they've been doing way more damage than my own planes have been doing. So yeah, good on him actually for managing his fleet and air assets pretty nicely, to say the least. So yeah, there you go, old sport, there you go. Udaloy 2 presumably lagging behind just to cover the rest of the fleet, and I suppose we do manage to escape with most of the fleet still intact, but keep in mind that his numbers are far greater than mine. At the very least, I do still have the scout advantage over him, so yay, I suppose. But yeah, I'm surprised actually that he's not actually pursuing. I think he's just resupplying and repairing his ships with Munas and all that before engaging once again. He's still going to be firing a couple of missiles. Definitely should be controlling his missiles a bit better, because yeah, one at a time. It's not really going to do anything, although that almost did something today. I don't know what the fuck that Udaloy was doing, since he's meant to have incredible kills. We've got Fabals once again coming in, and am I going to actually be doing anything about them? Apparently not, maybe. And yep, they're going to be launching Zem missiles against the Muna, and down he goes. Takes out a Koma, and yeah, panics the shit out of the rest of them actually, even though Udaloy 2 takes a bit of damage. SU-27Ks do come in, but far too fucking late, to say the least. And I don't think they even destroyed a single Fabal, so very piss-poor marker actually by myself there. Good job to my opponent, I'll admit, actually sending them in against the Muna, especially surrounded by all the Komas. Perfect target basically. But do have a couple more Munas, but yeah, that was a pretty critical strike they managed to perform there. And well, there we go. That's all she wrote for the time being. As you can see, he's basically just consolidating his position, and I probably should be trying to capture a few things of my own, really, especially since I can't go toe-to-toe with what my opponent has. I'm probably just be better off, you know, spreading my forces a bit instead, and I might actually be doing that, a bit later on, but for the time being, we'll fast forward a bit. We do have more helicopters coming in. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason I'm doing that is because I've run out of actual ships and other things to deploy. And yep, here comes his planes once again. SU-27Ks coming in, and actually, might have a bit of a fleet battle happening here, maybe. Well, they're launching the missiles. Unfortunately, nope, Muna doesn't get taken out, and this guy does manage to launch his missile. Will he be able to take out the Muna? It is down, but it's well, it doesn't have any supplies, so yeah, I suppose it's something. And yeah, as you can see, I'm going to be abandoning my entire position, but really, I should have abandoned it far earlier, but well, so now we're just going to be going with a bit of a disorganized retreat while he steams ahead. At the very least, he can only see the Muna, and I'm pretty sure that's an empty one. And as myself, yep, I can see everything. In fact, I can even see his Muna, that's all the way back there, because why not? But yeah, at the very least, I have had this sight advantage pretty much the entire game, so thank fuck for that. And he's definitely got the regular force advantage, that's for sure. So I think we'll just fast forward a bit actually, because as you can see, we're essentially just going to be playing a bit of a game of cat and mouse. He does manage to take out the Udaloy 2, and he takes out Jianghu 3. Najin is going to probably get taken out as well. So as you can see, yep, there goes the Najin. So as you can see, I'm pretty much screwed, to say the least. Muna's probably going to die too. Z9Cs, don't know what the hell they're doing actually. They're going to try to take some shots. Nope, they're just going to stay there. Oh no, they should do take a couple of shots and essentially do nothing. In fact, they'll get shot down. So, and even manages to capture my Muna with some supplies in it. Jesus Christ, that is fucking awful, to say the least. But at the very least, I do still have the sight advantage. Huzzah. And SU-27Ks should be able to take out the Junku Free eventually, but Kevin does have +2 points coming in. Junku Free almost dead at the very least, that's something. And there we go, once again I have retreated. He does have +1 coming in, +0. Yep, he's just going to leave the Lord. That should really take out the Junku Free as quickly as possible. These guys are just going to get completely torn apart, so is the Junku Free for that matter. In fact, I think I'm actually going to be sacrificing it so this Junku Free can actually escape. But at the very least, yeah, the SU-27Ks will be able to destroy the Junku, and he's still got +1 coming in because he's got fucking Echo, and I'm basically down to one single Junku Free, which is just fucking dandy. And yeah, score points are going to tick up, but time is ticking down, and I should be able to hopefully win purely based on score points alone. But still very close match to say the least, and if it went longer, probably wouldn't have ended too well for me. But what the hell, I mean, we both knew, you know, what the actual settings and all that were. I mean, he knew what the time limit was. But basically, for that particular match, it really did just come down to sight advantage to me. Well, basically, me having the sight advantage for the entire game and knowing exactly where everything of his was. He did definitely inflict way more kills on me, but yeah, inflicted far more kills on me, but it didn't really matter in the end because I won, so that's what counts, eh? The fact that I won. And it was a bit of a learning experience as well, actually, so I tweaked my tactics and strategies and the deck as well after that particular battle, so hopefully next time should be slightly less lopsided to say the least. So there you have it. I shall see you all next time.